All right, everybody, hello, welcome to the first ever Tales from the DM table. I, fully Percival, bring you my wonderful friend Jeff, and he is here as another DM to also chit chat with me about DM things.
Yes.
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 And our first topic of conversation is about how my fiance has showed both of us up about how poor of DMs we have been recently. She starts coming out handing us letters, she's planning pamphlets, everything's just handed to us. We have physical props.
Physical props. She printed out the maps of the places. Oh,
Oh,
God.
fuck it.
She's going to make me want to take a piece of paper, crumple it up a little bit, drink some coffee grounds over it just to age it up next time we play.
It is it's just so bad just being an experienced like DM, and then you just get somebody who puts a little bit more effort than you have in a while. Ah, yeah, that's right, you over there, the one. she's
That's fine.
she's behind the illusion. She's the woman behind the curtain.
Ain't no attention to the woman behind the curtain.
Oh god. No, yeah, ever
Yeah.
ever
Oh,
since that, now I'm just
it,
like,
it, I mean, good job on your fiance. Good job on Brie on that.
I know.
I did not expect a letter, and I'm like, what?
So like like I remember I have created so many props and stuff for games that just are like either they appreciate that or they don't give a shit, and then it just sort of whittles away your want to do more things for your players.
Well, long time ago, starting DMing, yes.
Yeah.
Print off that, print off this, type out a letter.
Oh, this is gonna
My handwriting's crap, so I could never handwrite a letter. But
yeah.
cool script font and in Excel or Excel Word and be done with it. But
but oh god, just getting reminded of some of the things I remember I wrote. Like I got a small notebook and actually wrote out, I want to say 50 journal entries for somebody to actually pin through for an actual like campaign. Ugh.
yeah, yeah, been there. Like here's important plot device. You may want to read through that. Where is it? I guess you'll have to read it to find out where it's at.
Oh god. And then you would throw shit in there that just confuses the shit out of your players. Like, today I saw the biggest daisy I've ever seen in the field outside of town. And you're like, what the hell was that about?
We gotta go find this Daisy. It might be an evil druid making things grow to kill the townsfolk. I'm like, sure, yeah, go find that out.
And then they dig it up and
Killer Daisy.
then they find a huge daisy, they dig up underneath it, and they just find a box that has an arm in it that's flicking you off when you open it up.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, who's controlling the arm? I don't know. Why don't you go find out? Why don't you go ask some questions?
It's
Or
absolutely.
read more of the journal and find out.
Oh god. Now we gotta do things. Now we gotta do things for our D&D campaigns.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, yeah,
it means
that's right. She dropped the gauntlet, Zach.
I
That's what it
know.
is.
I know. she
I got two choices here. Either I step up my game or kill off her character so she can't play. I don't know. Either one.
Vindiction is always the best way.
I'll show her up, then kill her off.
Oh my god. I can't wait for my campaign with my buddies and Bree, because Bree's going to already be in the game world,
Yeah.
and she is going to exist essentially as Nurse Joy for the taverns in the world.
Right.
and every single time she'll help them when they're doing stuff around the town, but the moment they go to leave, she'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't go with you, and then there'll just be another one
Yep.
at the next town.
Wait, didn't we just see you at the last time? Oh, you're talking about my cousin.
Yeah, they said she sent a bird ahead of time, so I knew about you guys coming.
Wait a minute.
Wait, we walked right here. How fast are the birds that you sisters have operating at? Oh my god. You know what? You know what still baffles me? It's the
What's that?
it's the fact that the slowest bird is an owl and that Harry Potter uses them to deliver letters all across the
Yeah,
magical world.
but they're magical owls.
But
So
are
they can
they?
go faster. I don't know.
I don't know either, because as far as I can tell, they're regular fucking owls.
Because you never see them off screen. They can move
Mm,
really, really fast.
mm, mm. uh, so so we've officially had the gauntlet raised towards us. We have to create more props and everything again. And
Yeah.
that means we got to put in the big efforts for the D&D stuff.
Don't worry. The campaign that you guys are running in, I've already got story notes. Don't worry. You'll
No, I
find them.
know. No, I know. God. That's even so the last time that I went over my world from the previous campaign, it has changed so phenomenally. I have written like I want to say like 15 or 16 more back pages of just world building. Why is Flavor Town there?
Why is well? We're gonna have to find out now, won't we?
Flavor Town now has a reason why everything actually canonically has a reason why it exists now, because I actually wrote it in the notes on why everything is leaking in the way it is.
There you go. I just want to go back to Saffron City and catch me a Pokemon.
I just want to multi-class into Pokemon Trainer, man. I don't know. I don't know if because historically for Pokemon D&D, it sucks dick to do.
No, I've read through fifth edition and read through the 3.5, and I'm like, so much paperwork, and you could just walk
and
up and punch a Pokemon in the face, and then
and
shove it in a Pokeball.
yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's not even a different class. You just have stats for each of the Pokemon. It's not even multi-classing. You can just go catch Pokemon. Are we saying that adventurers part of the time can just go out and catch Pokemon? Oh god, that's going to be a whole different implication for my world.
I just I just need to find Pokeballs at a store, and I'll be like, all right, it's on.
Oh, that
Does it work?
means
Wait, does it work against a freaking Mimic? Let's find out. Pah!
does that mean somewhere deep inside somebody has the master ball out there and you'll get to the end of a dungeon and they'll just be standing there on a pedestal as a master ball? I know. That's the best thing about the campaign I'm looking forward to running with them, is that it can just be literally anything. I get to play with
It's
everybody's favorite
yes,
media.
yes.
I'm
Like,
taking
oh crap, a
everybody.
Master Ball. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go find an Abram. You know, are those things are to find? How do you know? Pulp culture lore tells me how
It's
hard it is to catch an Abra.
it's so funny to me thinking about it, because my buddy Marcus loves playing Pokemon, but he loves dueling in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I had to give him a choice. What do you want to play through in the world first?
Choices,
Ah,
tough choices.
tough choices, all the tough choices. I also got to figure out what I. No, I know what I got to do for Levi, and Bree's going to be an omnipotent tavern goddess, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. I was fucking with you guys the entire time. I was actually moving the bar the entire time to each town ahead of you. Can that be the secret? Okay,
You guys
cool.
start at. Then they start asking the townsfolk, "Oh, how long has the tavern been there?"
That
Like 20 minutes ago. When did you guys get into town? 15? Did you guys bring the tavern with you? No. What do you mean it's only been here for 20 minutes? Just popped up out of nowhere.
God, that's gonna be a fantastic secret. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, so you're doing Nurse Joy," and at the end of it, I'll be like, "I was lying to you the entire time."
At one bar, it's just been family.
God, that's great. All right, well, that's a new fucking thing to add into the the lore. Oh God, I just love the spontaneous ideas when you have two people talking about D&D. Inevitably, you go over your campaigns, you're going over what's going on, and then just things are created out of nothing.
Steel rays.
Yes.
Steel rays.
Seal rays. I inevitably in my buddy Jeff's campaign created my own worst enemy by suggesting that I had a diabolical seal race that was constantly going against the penguin race that I am a part of, which is fantastic to think about.
One of these days, you'll walk into a bar and there'll be a seal person just sitting at the bar drinking. We'll find out what happens.
I murder him at the bar and then cook the greatest meal for everybody in it.
Babies of their species make excellent food.
me and the other barbarian me and the other barbarian penguins used to go clubbing for seals whenever we were younger.
It was a rite of passage.
Oh my god. Oh no, that's more penguin lore. No. That was also the greatest thing about the zombie campaign, is just us creating your character's backstory as it went along.
We crowdsource. I'm like, all right, starting off as a redneck. What up? Well, rednecks are mechanics. Let's throw mechanic on there.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, he's a redneck mechanic. I feel like he should have worked at a carnival fixing up rides and things. Yeah.
just everything about him is so wonderful. I appreciate his friendship so much. Oh god. I'm still so proud of just stabbing a pool stick through the zombie's arm and then twisting it off. Just yanking it out and then continuing about my merry way.
Next thing I got to do is hit up Doc so I can make a flamethrower.
I was so tempted the other day. I was out in Defiance and I was we were going through my buddy lives over by Chicago.
All right.
And so we decided to meet in the center. So we met at Defiance because it was about the midway point.
Boy.
And so we were going through the Dunhams, and I just thought to myself about the pool stick thing, and I was just like, man, pool sticks would be a badass weapon to just carry around. Nobody's gonna judge you for having a pool stick in public. He's got a carrying case. He's going to go play somewhere or something.
We'll play some pool.
Yeah. Who knows?
Bust it out, beat some ass.
Yeah. Oh god. There is nothing to do in Defiance, Ohio.
Yes, I've been through Defiance, Ohio a couple of times. Yeah, there's not much.
We did, however, go to a card shop, and I was able to get a new box and some sleeves. Both of my decks are sleeved now. Ooh.
I mean, that is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment.
True, I had been very stubborn about sleeving my decks for a while there. Well, my main decks.
What? Younger Jeff didn't care about whether his cards were sleeved or not. He just played cards. He just played Magic.
That's that was like my
That's like
$500.
a $3 card. Yeah, and I'm bending the shit out of it. Why? Because it's in my deck and I don't care.
Yes. Oh god, that's like my $500 Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I was only ever given cards or opened packs and gotten the cards I needed. So inevitably the deck just gained value from me being extremely lucky. And at the end of it, I'm just like staring at it every so often. I'm like, I could probably sell that deck for quite a bit of money right now. Yeah.
then you wouldn't have it.
Yes. In case I
Especially,
ever needed to play Yu-Gi-Oh against somebody. And I'm like 3 mechanics behind.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh god. Every single time I try to catch up on what Yu-Gi-Oh is becoming, my
You're just like, nah,
nah, nah.
nah,
I'll stick
nah.
with Magic. I know it keeps failing, but you know, Magic only fails upwards.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That oh, that's
They
why
re-
I miss my old sliver deck. God damn it.
they released
They
Alpha and then they only did
we went
terrible ideas from there.
nah. It was after revised because it was pretty much recycled cards up until that point. Once they hit Ice Age and Homelands, that's when it
Yeah.
yeah. They
Oh
failed
my god.
upwards. That's the important thing. They keep getting money.
Yes. Oh my god, so ridiculous. But no, it I don't know. When I was in the card shop and everything, I was looking and all I can think is next thing I got to do is get a dice tray. We have sort of acquired a lot of metal dice recently, and it's really agitating to try to roll metal dice when you hit a wooden table because it's just
Yeah.
doing damage.
Here, roll that D4. Do 1d4 damage to the table as well.
Absolutely baffling. God,
I
in the,
mean, we get your printer put together, right? You can print off all the dice trays you want.
that is true. I could just be printing off. Actually, I need to. I have the stuff. I gotta remove the bed and everything. Do the springs. I am contemplating about whether I'm going to get the auto leveler like immediately.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, I think the next time I level it, I'll probably be able to get about 2 or 3 good prints out of it.
Yeah.
Cause last time,
Actually, if you put those upgraded springs in, you should get a lot longer. My ender back there, I haven't leveled in like 6 or 7 prints, and it's still running fine.
oh damn,
But
God, cause
I'm also running the auto leveler, but
yeah,
still, you still need to make sure it's level.
yeah.
So
But I just want to print the companion cube card holder. But that thing's gonna take a day to print. uh there's just so many upgrades that you can put on enders, and there's so many cool D&D things you can print with the enders.
yes, I keep looking at miniatures, and I'm like, I gotta print miniatures out.
Oh god, Thingiverse is such a great thing.
Yeah, I gotta start working on miniatures and the support structures when I print them out.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta remember when if I print it out on the ender, I gotta make sure I switch it back to the .4 nozzle because I put a .6 in there and it works fine. When I try to do miniatures on it,
Too thick.
too thick,
Too thick.
too thick.
Ah, God, there's just looking at some. I'm just looking at the just all the things that people have added into Thingiverse for D&D, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in there. Dice trays, tiles. Thought about 3D printing tiles, and I'm like, nah.
Is it bad when you skip to the end of the D&D section and it's already on the 500th page? If you need something, they have it. I think
Mhm.
that's one of the better things about being like an early nerd is that you try to craft things on your own. And that definitely saves some cost and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yes. It takes time, but yes.
Yes. I think that I also found out that you can get laser engraver upgrade to the 3D printer,
Yes.
and I immediately saw that. I was like, "Oh no. Well, I know what I want to work on next."
Yes.
Yes. God.
Oh,
I think the next big thing to do would be work on that so I can start doing custom DM screens.
yes.
Oh god, the amount that people charge for DM
Oh
screens on
yeah.
Etsy is phenomenal.
Yeah. Eh,
Whew.
For an hour worth of laser engraving too.
It's like an $113 DM screen, possibly all the way up to $200. And I gotta pay extra because it needs magnets on it so I can put papers on there and things.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Well, they've become slightly cheaper than they used to be.
Slightly.
Still ridiculous, but
Yeah.
slightly less.
But you're paying someone to do it for you, so
Yes. Oh, God. Arcane book done on a DM screen. Oh, well, that just looks really cool. God damn it.
and price tag.
$218.
Yeah.
I make it my own.
Well, you need a laser engraver.
Yes. But that's the thing I wanna start printing some more D&D accessories, enhance the experience.
Yeah. A battle mat will only get you so far.
Yeah.
That
And
reminds me, I need to get my battle mat back from Steve and Margaret.
where oh yeah, you do have your
Yeah, they got my battle mat. Not
Ah,
that I haven't taken it back.
yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah. I've been contemplating about doing a reverse on the opposite side of the table in which because the leaves are just flat on the bottom.
Okay.
So I was contemplating I might attach a map that I could just reverse over real quick and dirty. So you know, even if we're all just sitting at the table, there's still a area to be like, hey. But
Hey,
I've just
yeah,
upgrading the table in a way.
yeah. Well, we get the table printed out. They come with 1-inch squares for the toppers.
Yes, that would be the great thing, the official.
Yeah.
And then those lonely nights when we're too lazy to put the table back on there, and we're just like, just flip over the leaves.
Oh, leaves. Fine. Are you sure? Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. But I can already see that the moment we're done printing out that table, we're going to be using it for literally an entire year just to get out the worthwhile amount that we had to take printing it. There, every occasion that we can use that table, it will be used to the fullest, just because we know how long it took to print.
I, yeah. I can't wait. We get those files here at the end of the month, early March.
Oh yeah, send me your PayPal after this, and I'll send you over the 26. Bam.
Or, I mean, you want to pay me 26? It's only 24, but
Oh, it's only 24. Fine, I
yeah.
will send you 25 as an as a compromise.
Eh.
uh, but the thing we're talking about is there is a 3D printable DM table or tabletop table.
Um, okay, an advertisement here, but I believe it's Stage Top 3D table. They're done with their Kickstarter campaign, but they do have late pledges on My Mini Factory, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
So people can still get it at late pledges, but it's completely modular, printed 3D table.
Yeah.
They're 8 by 8 inch squares, and you can build the biggest tables you want if you've got enough time on your hands,
Oh,
or a print farm. Either one.
yeah. Each of the add-ons and everything about it was just incredibly cool to look at, and the fact that you'll We will be able to make our own table to set on top of the other one. Oh,
They've
it
got
just looks
different
so,
style. Yeah,
and it
they
looks
got
so official.
yeah. It they've got 6 different styles to choose from,
Oh man,
but you can print out whatever you want.
oh, it's
Looking
only
forward to
gonna.
that. I'm not looking forward to the 20, 30 days worth of printing time,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
hence the second 3D printer. I'm like, you
yes,
know what? I because I got that one. Uh, that one's from Big Tree Tech.
yeah.
They actually branched out and started making their own 3D printers.
Ooh,
It's an Ender clone, but it's got all the upgrades, a lot of the upgrades that Big Tree Tech had.
I
So the
got you.
upgraded motherboard, touch screen. It's got dual blowers for the cooler for the filament. It's got an LED light in the head so you can see what's printing.
Hmm.
It has a place for auto bed leveling. Put a BL touch on it. I'll tell you what, it took me an hour to put it together.
Yeah,
I had it up and running, leveled it once, and I haven't leveled it yet, and it's been printing great. So I can't complain about it. Yet again, no paid advertisement, but
yes,
the B1 least out of the box, leveling it once is ran great. So
nice.
I think it was $150 at Micro Center. So I'm like, all right, what's the worst that happens? I pay $150, it's crap. I take it back and get my $150 back.
God,
But
I'm just looking at the stuff for the table again, and I just really like the fact that the table rises up, and then you can have the dice tray go from
yes,
the regular level downwards.
yeah, that's the way the dice tray is designed to sit table level, the top of it, and rolls underneath.
That is so cool. God,
If you
that's
don't, if you don't put the stubby legs on.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
God, if we were gonna be printing for so goddamn long.
Yeah. 20 print days if you just build a 24 by 32. We need a larger bed than that.
So,
Oh, but think about it. We print the one for the tabletop as a tabletop, and then we need to make risers for different levels of dungeon. Slap another riser on top of it, and slap another riser on top of that, another
mm-hmm,
riser on top of that.
mm-hmm. God, this is gonna be ridiculous.
So we're gonna have like 200 square feet worth of tiles just laying.
Well, that was the lucky thing. I was looking at it. I was just like, oh, thank God. The way they made the system is just so easy and modular to just fold away. Oh, so
Disconnect,
happy.
put in the storage corrals, and then put it aside.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then reassemble your entire table when everybody comes over.
Even looking at it, it
It
won't
doesn't look,
take long to put
yeah,
together.
no,
A few minutes of putting things together.
yeah.
And if you're lazy, you don't want to put the sides on. You don't put the sides on.
Yeah,
But I'm thinking the tavern style.
yeah. The tavern looks fantastic.
Yeah. And the beer mug dice tower.
I also love that they have it to where you can 3D print the storage components to put it
Yeah.
away easier. God, that's great.
That was another thing that sold me on it too. It's like, okay, everything packs up in these interesting little storage bins that you print out, and
Yep, just slide them all together and voila.
yeah,
God, we're gonna be at it for a while.
maybe I convince the wife to pick up a third 3D.
Good luck on that one.
Listen. She's like, okay, cool. Second one. Once you're done with this, you're gonna like make stuff and sell on Etsy. I mean, like I could, but you know
Yeah.
what that means. She's like, what that? Make enough money. A third 3D printer is gonna come into the house.
I've contemplated that once I got my 3D printer up and running of just selling
Oh,
things.
yeah,
Ah,
thinking about a resin one, and I'm like, nah, I don't want the fumes in the house.
yeah. I know Bree prefers resin over the regular like plastic.
Yeah, and it's great. Resin printers have come a long way. The
Yep.
problem is the fumes.
Yeah.
need a well ventilated room or have the duct blowing into a duct that goes out a window.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, the more expensive ones, have air purifiers on them that will actually cut the odor out and purify the stuff coming out. But
God, that's all I need. It's one of those nice enclosed 3D printers that's all ready, and it's just like, hey man, change out the head and you can CNC stuff. And I'm like, wouldn't that be so cool?
yeah, yes, it would.
uh the big boy boxes. The thing that you can
Yeah,
just be like, this thing's gonna run no matter what.
I don't have the money for those.
Yeah, I don't either.
Hold on. All right, pause it for a minute, Zach.
Okay. I do have a pause thing too.
Yeah, you can unpause, I guess.
Hold on. There we go.
But yeah,
But yeah, I'm just enjoying how the entire concept of it. I'm so glad that we that you told me about it and I was able to chip in for it.
I'm like, hey, $24, man. I'll share the files. We can get a table at least with two of us with a printer. Bust it out in half the time.
Yes. And now, 3 times is less time.
Well, I got a buddy that's kind of ticked off at his Ender V2,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, if you get rid of it, let me know. Because he's having issues with it. I'm like, let me know. I'll take it off your hands. I'll play around with it, see if I can get it to work correctly. I think he's got something wrong with a couple of the servos or something. It
Ooh.
just, which is cool. Pop a servo motor out, pop a new servo motor in, and be done with it.
Mm-hmm. I just enjoy how modularly they've made the systems, how easy it is to just replace parts if you need to.
Yeah.
Bu- 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 Let's
Oh, I did.
see.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh no, continue.
No, go. No, nothing. Don't worry
No,
about it.
no, 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 no. You continue.
No, I don't know if I told you. I picked up the dual axis for my V2 Z
Yeah.
axis. I'm like,
Did
oh
you?
crap! Now it's actually printing straight.
Oh, was it? Was it actually? Is it actually just like
well,
fully?
well, it wasn't horrible. I'm just like, oh, cool. I'm off by like almost a 16th of an inch between both columns. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need to actually get the Z axis to make it straight again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is I think the two upgrades that I really want to get next are the auto leveling and an upgrade to the touch screen. I want to get an actual touch screen on it. Just because my one biggest bitch is that shitty ass dial on the front of it that you had to spin awkwardly to go in between choices. I feel like I'm using a goddamn Amico vision over here, just fucking playing Pong and bullshit with this thing.
The upgrades I went with were more out of function than out of irritation. But yes,
Yes.
the touchscreen is a worthwhile upgrade.
Maybe.
You might as well get a Raspberry Pi and throw it on the back of that touchscreen.
Little troublemaker.
Yeah.
But I don't know what do you think? How do you think the world of D&D is about to change with how the Wizards of the Coast have been and where they are going now?
Listen, I remember the dark ages of TSR. All right. I'm not saying that we're gonna get the Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast is gonna get to that level, but it's gonna take a dive.
I
I it,
that them just coming out. Well, like it's how to say it. They've already fallen in
oh yeah,
degrees just from everything that has been said and everything that is done. But the fact that now they're actually putting people's names onto things to try to correct things is a lot better than they were doing before.
Yeah. Like I said,
Oh,
I remember the dark days of TSR before Wizards bought them out, and
you.
oh,
Some may say that we lost, but we won as well.
I'm just enjoying how all these third party companies are actually rolling in the money now and actually sticking it to Wizards.
It's so
Not just
funny.
yeah. I'm glad they're getting their time to shine. Pathfinder's obviously been going strong for the last 15 plus years, but they're now definitely pulling ahead of Wizards and like Cobalt Press and the other third party. I'm glad they're gaining a whole hell of a lot of steam over this.
It's it's just so funny how much you can change the landscape with just you can't do things like this anymore in the space that we're in. Like we have too much sway over the media. We can actually tell people to not go to places. That's how much of a sway the communities and everything has behind it.
Think about it. It was an open gaming license been around for 20 years. No one touched it. Why?
Yeah,
Because there
it
was no
was.
point.
Yeah.
There was no point. It just gave third party content people making third party content a way to flourish and not get sued over Wizard
Yeah.
because they're using things. And it's like, no, make it. Wizards back in the day, no, go make it, do it because you guys make things. They'll look at, oh, this came from Dungeons and Dragons. Let me go look at the core stuff. Let me buy the core stuff as well as this third party content.
It
Cool. You guys make money, we make money. Everyone's happy.
everybody just smelled the everybody just saw and smelled the money that they were trying to get from this.
It was a giant cash grab, and they failed.
Yeah. They've gotten called out from it and it's just not going their way and they got to live up to the fact that now they know that nobody get, you can't mess with the consumer in this space because we have too much control over the way that things go now. We like what's the best the new Dead Space just came out,
Yes.
and it is such a phenomenal remake of the original game, and they've included so much in with the new game and everything that it's going to completely revolutionize how people attack remakes right now because you don't want to be the person who's shoving out a shit remake of something you had in the past.
Right.
And now that everybody knows that you can put actual genuine care into something and get it something better in return, like it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't wait for Pathfinder 3 to come out.
It'll be a little bit yet.
True.
Pathfinder's 2 still making its strides, so it'll be a little bit, but it'll come
I,
out eventually.
I've got to contemplate on whether I want to shove my players more towards Pathfinder or
I don't know.
we're constantly praising 3.5 and everything as the edition that we love of D&D the most. So we're just we're just using the same system that's been made better.
Yeah. Yes. I've never
Yes.
played Pathfinder, but I've read enough of it. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
It's like everybody just took 3.5, shoved it over, did a bunch of quality of life things to change it, and you're like, there, we're good.
This is what they should have done.
Yes. I understand why Dave went with Pathfinder for the thing that they were doing. If you
Yes.
want if you want to have both numbers and you want to have an easier streamlined time,
Oh
Pathfinder
yeah.
is the thing to go to.
Yeah.
God.
The other thing the other thing is I played third and 3.5 for freaking 20 years, so it's just ingrained in my brain. I could make a character in 5 minutes and be done with it.
it was God, it
My,
was
minus spells. I got to sit there for 3 hours picking spells.
that was the worst thing about when I went to do Rob's Pathfinder campaign is I was so against it. I just didn't want to do. I just didn't want. I was so used to 3.5. I just didn't want to move, and I went in and I created a character, and I'm like, all right, never mind.
Never mind. Yeah,
This
this
is
is the
fine.
same thing, but
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think it would be fun to have like a. I think the next episode or the episode after, I definitely want to do a thing where it is I take time to create a character and show basis what books you would need for each individual thing, just to make it nice and lively for people. I would also love to create a what would it be, a file. I want to create a Google Doc that contains let's say PDFs of the individual books in the for D&D, whether it's 3.5. You know what? Fuck it. We'll throw 4th edition in there if anybody really wants to go fucking play 4th edition.
Come on, we could play a 4th edition campaign. You love math, don't you?
Yeah. don't you
Oh,
don't you just love it when on your along with your $40, $60 books, you also have to buy a TI-84?
yes. Oh, I mean, I already have one, but but
Yes.
yes.
Oh my god. Oh god. So back in high school, there was this kid named Bennett. He was a German exchange student. I'm only saying this because he had like a TI-85 or something when they first came out, and it was like the large one that had the controls on it and had Super Mario Bros on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
TI-85.
uh,
Jesus Christ.
why can't everybody just name things in numbers like Sony and the fucking Texas Instrument Company? Why do I have 3 Xbox Ones? I don't know,
That's a
man.
good question. I don't know.
It's such a rant that people don't know how to name things appropriately.
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, 5.
We're going
Guess
to
what's coming next?
it's going to be the PlayStation 6. Do you want to know what the next Xbox is going to be called? I don't fucking
I
know.
don't know. Xbox thanks for the money, bruh.
Xbox Infinity. Maybe we'll go back to the Xbox and it'll be actually shaped like an X.
That'd be awesome.
God, I remember that fucking showcase where they just displayed the Xbox. It was a big ass X just standing on
Yeah,
the pedestal.
there it is. There it is.
Are you guys impressed? No, it's a letter.
You know what it is? Yeah, it's an X.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's an Xbox. We got it. We got the pun, guys.
You,
Thanks.
you know you know what the sad thing is though? They come out with a collector's edition. You know people would stand in line for it.
Yeah. Oh.
Get your
Oh.
Xbox One special edition that looks like an X opposed to the cube that it is or the rectangle. Like, oh shit.
Oh
It's only
man. Oh.
$300 extra. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
God.
I'll buy it. I'll buy two.
God. I just love. I can't. There's only a couple of collector's editions that I can really get behind. One is the Halo ones because they usually do those pretty well. I
Yeah.
think the for the original Xbox it was green and transparent, so you could actually see inside the console. The 360 was the Cortana blue version, and it had the like nice cyber etching on the side and stuff. The next one wasn't very impressive because it was just like black, orange, and then I think gray.
Yeah.
And then the newest one was actually pretty spectacular because it had some nice decals on the side of it. I don't know. It's like we got D&D and we had 3 and then we had 3.5.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
some
Because
could
they didn't want to release a new edition at that point in time, but they wanted to update rules, so they're like, that's a half edition.
yeah.
Dude, it's basically the same thing. You really didn't change anything much. Okay,
It's
you flip the classes around a little bit.
it's like how
Mechanics are still the same.
we can technically call second edition 1.5. Was there ever really a second edition of D&D?
Yes, it was advanced.
Yes. God damn it.
Not
Got
just Dungeons and Dragons, it's advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
the entirety of D&D can be whittled down to we just tried to figure out math. But
What kind of math do you want, though?
we tried to figure out how much math we give to people and how much is too much.
Yes, 4th edition. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. We know the max.
Yes.
And then a bunch of people were complaining that it was too advanced still. So they released 5th edition.
Here, have 5th. You roll
Yeah.
some dice, add a couple of numbers. You're fine, guys.
We have the best of all 3 timelines already. Everybody got to see what the worst would be. Everybody got to see what the simplest would be, and everybody got 3rd edition that eventually led to 3.5 in Pathfinder. That's the worst part when I hear people talk about Pathfinder is that they're like, well, it's better than 3.5, and I'm like, if anything, it's like tangential. It's right next to it.
It's simplified. It's streamlined.
Yeah.
At its roots, it's still the
Yes.
same thing.
Yes.
But
considering the people of Paizo literally said, guys, we're creating a better D&D from 4th edition. They all went back to 3.5 with the rest of us, and they just took it, and they just ran with the entire concept.
yeah,
Oh.
I played one 4th edition campaign once, and I'm like, yeah, no, bro, let's go back to 3rd. Well, this is not. I'm like, nope. Math are hard.
Oh god.
I get it. The only good thing that came out of 4th, in my opinion, is the Paragon classes.
Yes.
Which 5th edition took to become the subclasses. I'm like, that's cool. You're leveling up. You're getting more things and stuff to add on. I'm like, oh, that's a cool concept. But yeah, no, the rest of it you just go over there.
It was so much math. Just you gotta take a base number and then like 2 things from 2 different types of clothing you're wearing, and then like a bird that farted at you when you were running by, and then that all calculates to your base AC right now because you're flat-footed, and it's just like, here's your number. Did he beat it? No. Then what was all that math for?
To make sure he couldn't beat it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It's...
If I wanted that much math, I would play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons at that point. And that wasn't even so much math. It's just figuring out THAC0. That was all.
That was all.
The rest of it's just roll dice, add numbers. You got this, bro. Oh, like, cool.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. G. Willikers, Batman, do I not like you win? Oh, God.
Simple days. Just roll that dice, add those numbers. Did I hit? Yeah, you hit. Cool. Roll that dice and add some numbers.
Oh, it's the stupid Galaxy Brain meme where it's the woman and she's thinking intently and hard, and then it's just like, never tried Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition. Oh god, I played like, I want to say 15 minutes of 4th ed. That's as far as I got, and it was me creating my character, and I looked at my buddy after I created my character, and I just said no, and then I stopped.
We got about 3 campaign sessions, and I'm like, no. Like, can we stop here, create ourselves some 3.5 characters, and just keep going? Well, we're playing 4th. I'm like, then I'm done. I don't need 14 tables to know if I hit one thing. Roll a dice, add some numbers. Done.
So it was funny. The reason he wanted to play 4th ed was that his buddy was just getting rid of a bunch of his Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and he was just like, hey man, I got a couple of books, do you want them? And he was just like, of course, I'm not gonna pass on Dungeons and Dragons books. And he got them, and he was just like, oh man, he had 4th edition as well. You want to play a game? And I was just like, let's go through character creation first. Is it
Nope.
worth the effort after that for us to continue this? We got to the end of character creation. We looked at each other. No.
Nope. Oh.
He, ironically, funny enough, was another person I would go on to do the exact Pokemon campaign. And he's like, dude, do you remember when we tried 4th edition? Pokemon is so much easier than 4th edition. And I'm like, I know, I have like 5 Pokemon, and it's so much easier to keep track than 4th edition.
Oh, roll a dice. Add number from the Pokemon.
Nice and
Done.
simple. Oh god,
Now
it was
you have
so
6
beautiful.
sheets to take care of, but still.
Not bad. It was all perfect. Ah, if Pokemon exists in my world, it's official. It's the same universe with red in it. I want Pokemon Wars. I want death. Great Pokemon Wars.
I'm just
Somebody.
saying. If we do a Pokemon campaign, just saying, it will be set in the Great Pokemon War.
It
I'm just
has
saying.
to. It has to. It
I'm gonna
can't.
get my great. I'm gonna
It
get my
can't
Great
not be.
Pokemon War.
I have to see Lieutenant Surge in his heyday. That's what I need to see.
Seeing Lieutenant Surge in the trenches with his Raichu.
I need I need to see the man who just bench presses an Ekans around a Gyarados and jokes it out. I just want to see him. Oh god. I want to see the man who kicks a Voltorb across the battlefield and just explodes off in the distance.
Hillary! Wham!
God.
Self-destruct!
God, I know that's one of my favorite stories that I told you about the Rattata.
The rat. No one escapes the rat.
Rat trap. Just my one buddy decided that if he was going to play it, this is also why the campaign did not last very long, but we continued it later on just for shits and giggles. But the reason it didn't last long with our original DM was us and our shenanigans of beating the absolute piss out of Pokemon and not following Pokemon at all. He's like, can you guys just battle Pokemon with Pokemon and then we're good?
No. Fine. We'll do it your way.
So I think the funniest way to describe it for anybody on why Pokemon are so weak compared to humans is that a Pokemon starts off at level 5, usually innately when you get it from the professor. Now think about it in D&D stats. Our base level is 20, but a Pokemon's 100. So that means they are 1/5 as strong as us at 1 level.
Yes.
So a bunch of teenage boys beating the shit out of Pokemon was really funny because just Pokemon suck.
What level are those Pokemon? Like 14? Oh, man, I'm like level 12, man.
It's even better because he didn't want Pokemon to die, so they didn't die, they fainted, and then we could take them to a Poke Center to have them healed, even if they were like enemy Pokemon or whatever, but we were always like Circle of Life, and then we'd eat things out in the forest.
You know damn well Lieutenant Surge ate Pokemon. You and I both know this. On a battlefield, you gotta eat.
I'm pretty sure in Pokemon, canonically, I've seen somebody eat a Pokemon.
Yeah, dude, there's only so many humans around and plethora of Pokemon. You know you're gonna catch a Pidgey and freaking barbecue it like chicken.
Yeah. Oh my.
When have you ever seen a barbecue joint in the place? Or a chicken shack?
True. Everybody's always eating puffins and everything, and the moment they're eating meat, they don't even talk about it. Or there's Brock and his jelly donuts, but he's holding up a goddamn fucking rice ball. God, I love the original translation for Pokemon. Absolute garbage that it was.
Yeah. Like most animes from the 80s and 90s, the dubbing was not the greatest. And translation wasn't the greatest. But it had some wonderful lines.
But now look at how far anime has come. They literally get released practically at the same time, both in the East and West now. If anything, I think that's the one thing that's coming out of just just the world that's nice, is that we have cartoons battling it out from East to West. Oh god. All right. So, is there any sort of like thing you've wanted to do in D&D that you haven't been able to do yet? Has there ever been a concept that you haven't gone through with yet, Jeff?
No, I think I nailed most of my bucket list for character creations. I had the unstoppable monk druid, fifth edition or 3.5. Yet again, broken as hell. There's the monk druid that was just broken as all hell. Uh, let's see. I got to play a dragon as a player character, so that knocked that one off the bucket list.
Yep.
Wizard became a lich. That knocked that one off the bucket list. That one was a fun one. I backstabbed the whole party to become a lich. That was the best part.
I think the one that I really want to get through into this next campaign that I do with my buddies in Bree is I want to finally get a campaign from 1 to epic. I want to take the very beginning and then go through it all.
Never done that because I don't like starting off at level 1 usually. But we've ran high level campaigns starting off at 15 and or so, and then moving into epic quickly.
Oh god, somebody, I was watching a thing about why encounter based things for experience is better than regular experience. Did you see that as well? Where it's just like, yeah, but one party gets lucky, goes into the right part of the forest, comes out, can take down the
later,
yeah, take down the entirety. I love Brennan from fucking College Humor.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, Milestone is so much better. Why? You just think about it. A venturing party of like adventuring for 3 weeks, just killing monsters left and right. Get enough experience to become gods in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
is.
yes.
It is absolutely baffling. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe the economy is just right in D&D. Now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe us being paid that much is really because we know how to use the does that mean every NPC that we create in the world is a sheep and they're just following the basic system we fought forth for them? Like, a farmer is not going to be like, oh yeah, I can go level up in the woods for a little while and I could be making literally like 100 million times more a year.
That farmer was born a farmer. That farmer only knows how to be a farmer and will die a farmer. Until a venturing party comes along, toss them 2 gold for some information, and walks away. Then he could just retire and live like a fat rat for the rest of his life on 2 gold.
I want you to know that I'm writing Ultimate Farmer NPC on a notepad right now. And we'll see how that goes down later on in any campaign.
Hey, every shopkeep in my campaign, whether you explore it or not, shopkeep or bartender is a retired level 20 adventurer. They just
My
settled
God.
down after adventuring. Started a bar, started a shop of all the miscellaneous magical weapons that they picked up that they weren't going to use. So I'm like, yeah, might as well start a shop and just sell it.
Favorite campaign was not me creating Tony the Flaccid Gobbler. It was me having a random elf in a tavern that one of my buddies decided to insult as a player, and I'm like, are you really sure you want to do that?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. He's an old elf, and I'm like, well, I told you he had silver hair. I never said he was old. He's like, well, yeah, but I'm just assuming. I'm like, well, all right, cool.
The distinction there was his hair silver or gray? That's the question.
Listen,
A silver-haired elf, okay. A gray-haired elf has lived a few hundred years and has done a lot of things in their life.
now, that was something that he neglected to ask me.
Yeah.
I said, you know, he has a more a darker toned hair, or it's I said it. He has a. I didn't say gray. I didn't say silver. I said he had like a lighter, dark toned hair. It
Yeah.
wasn't. I think I just said it's somewhere in between black and white, and he was just like, oh, okay, cool. So he's like gray, and I'm like, yeah, like gray, silver, something along those lines. It's dark in here, you can't really tell. And he's like, oh, okay. Are you still sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna insult him. Okay.
Right, cool.
Need you to
The
roll initiative.
level like 16 fucking ranger, level 14 rogue, level fucking
Right.
17 fucking whatever, and he's just sitting there just like, ah, yes, look at these punks.
Young punks.
Sneak attack damage. My Fenrir bites your fucking face off because that's what I can summon right now. God, just the absolute pinnacle is that somewhere deep, somewhere, there is a dude who is a wizard who's been alive for so long, and he's just constantly casting wish spells because he can.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what? I want a hot dog right now.
Yeah. That's what you're with. Hot dog.
Hot dog. The best
Mild
hot
amount of.
dog.
Yeah, the best hot dog in the universe.
Best hot dog in the universe.
Yeah.
A chili dog. You know what? It's got to be a chili dog.
Dog. With cheese.
With like a little bit of sour cream on top of it, if I could get that. He's just
Your wish spell. You tell me, buddy.
No, I would. I'm just imagining like an older wizard just going like, "If you could do that for me, universe, I would really appreciate that."
Greatest hot dog, all the finest meats. You know, nicely toasted bun, not too toasted.
you would
Chili.
you would see the
Cheese,
dialogue
sour
option.
cream.
And then there would just be a dots all the way across it of him stretching out the wish for way too long. And like, I don't know, 2 of them. And a soda.
To go. Yeah. What's a soda? Don't worry about it. Something from the future. Don't worry. And a soda. Cherry would be preferred, but I'll take a cola.
So my favorite part about one of the book series that I loved reading, called Creatures and Caverns, which was just a rip-off D&D story. And my favorite aspect of it was eventually they're trying to, it's the way I've taken from my story is that I'm going to have magical dice, blah blah blah. They get transported into his world because they were being dicks to him and calling him, you know, a giant neckbeard, whatever, just making fun of his appearance, everything, lives in his mother's basement, the whole shebang, the whole stereotypes. And it was so funny to me because after they find a way back, they have a goblin like physically teleport them, and he's like an elder wizard goblin who goes through the effort, sends him over, he goes with them, and then he sees the actual like the shitty food stop that they all work at, that they do their D&D sessions in, and the goblin just takes the fryer and a bunch of other shit back with him to the opposite world to start selling fries and soda directly to people. And I'm like, yeah, if I knew how to make fries in another world, I'd fucking be making a mint. Nobody makes fries.
What's that? It's called a deep fryer. Where'd you get it from? Don't worry about it. Here, have some fries. What's that? It's potatoes that are sliced up and deep fried in this deep fryer. They're freaking fantastic. Throw a little salt on it. You're good.
Oh God. Like it just baffles me sometimes thinking how much players, if they use their outside knowledge, could abuse the system of D&D with, I guess that's the entire thing behind an isekai in fucking anime, is that you use your knowledge from one world to the next to just make a
Get
mint.
reincarnated. Cool. I'm about to break this fucking world now. Thanks, buddy.
Listen, I
I mean,
wanted to make the Penguin Stock Exchange. It was gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. I told you. Once we get to a bigger city, all bets are off, and you have fun with that.
I heard the guy who owns the stock exchange made a mint and lives in a fortress outside of town way back. Oh God.
You gotta muscle into the goblin territory, but that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Listen, if you bribe the right goblins, you can eventually. Listen, I'm a very intelligent penguin who's also a chef. I'm sure I can outsmart a couple of goblins into handing over their entire empire if I play my cards right.
Maybe. Maybe.
If I make enough charisma rolls, I can get anywhere. Listen, I've got into every kitchen in the world so far confidently.
Yeah. Yeah, you just walked in and start making food. It's like, what are you doing? I'm making food for these people. But here, taste this. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Get back on the line.
Yeah, were you gonna say something to me? You really gonna kick your best cook out of this goddamn place?
Nah, no.
And for that day, that place received excellent service. I can't wait, because I have just effectively transformed myself into the penguin version of Gordon Ramsay. And slowly over time, my prestige will go to the other cities, and I'll just walk into kitchens randomly everywhere. It'll be a thing. Oh my God. Eventually I'll have my own show called Penguin Nightmares.
It's a little bit bigger of a city, man. That might happen.
It'll be perfect. I'm eventually my name far crossed. Oh
What's
God.
Name? What's your name? Kowalski.
God.
Like, have you ever seen another fucking penguin that can cook? Well, actually, no. Exactly. So who the fuck do you think I am?
I'm just thinking about how just ridiculous. I don't know, it's just all you learn in real life is that if you're confident when you're walking anywhere, you can pretty much go anywhere. Especially if you have a clipboard or a high-vis vest, depending on where you're at, you can just go literally anywhere. Yeah, nobody questions a person with a stepladder.
It's like, I need to go fix something. I need to get into that room. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we got you.
Here, go on, open up.
My God. Just, it's ridiculous how people get away with things in real life, and then you can use that exactly in D&D. Oh my God.
Not D&D related, but I had a friend steal a boat motor from where the hell was it? I think it was Walmart or something. He just picked it up and walked out the door.
That's hilarious.
One of the sales associates actually helped them into the car with it. I would think you'd steal a boat motor. He just picked it up and walked out like he bought it.
Damn.
I'm just looking at him walking out of the store. I'm like,
what? All right.
I'm not questioning this.
My buddy Andrew, because he works at Walmart, he was doing something in the electronics section. He put a game into his vest just like for a second to free up his hands so he could print out some stickers. Forgot about it, just walked right out the front door, went home, and then he just found it in his vest pocket. He was like, "Oh fuck!
Oh fuck! I just stole a game. Shit.
Yeah, shit. Oh God.
Hope it was a good one.
I'm pretty sure it was like Splatoon 3 when it was about to come out. Oh my God. I'm just excited. The world is ever evolving. I can't wait for you guys to eventually venture back into it. We still got Atlantis, the Sky Castle, and the Mega Dungeon.
And an underground rat race.
Yes. Port.
underground
Port.
rat battle.
Yes, the secret underground
Ground
ultimate sewers rat battle.
battle.
I'm pretty sure I change it literally every single time I say
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
That's fine.
With a bunch of rats and a wolf that is definitely not a wolf. It's a
Yeah,
rat.
it's definitely a rat.
Definitely a rat.
Definitely. Wholeheartedly believable rat.
Rat.
It's even worse because you guys have future rats made by Dr. Light. Why? Why did I allow
Why?
such things?
Drunk Zach allows drunk things to happen.
God. See, it's like there's two different sides of me, and it depends on what I'm using for the night to take the edge off. One way you get just cool shit and a lot of inconsistency. And the other side, you get arcade machines that are not arcade machines. They're joysticks.
Yes.
Oh, God. And that's the worst problem is that whenever me and Bree talk about it and talk about game and everything, is we have more fun, accidentally grabbing someone's dick in an arcade cabinet because they're disguised than
Yes.
than going to regular games.
Yeah.
It's fine though. It'll be
Fine.
fine. It'll pick back up when the winter's over.
Yeah.
I I I don't know if I really want to run for it, and I think Drew is going to try to run for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
What if hear me out. What if I what if I ran with him?
You guys are gonna make me put my hat back in the ring.
Yeah. I know, Jeff, you just have all that 3D printing you gotta do right now, and also all of that masonry stuff.
Just don't want Drew as HST.
I know, nobody wants Drew as HST. Actually, it's really funny. On Saturday, the game I'm going to be playing before going to... Oh, do you need a ride?
Nope.
Uh,
Cannon's off on Saturday.
I am going to play Vampire the Masquerade, the game, before I go and participate in
Play.
the LARP. Yeah. I figured that would get a nice kick in the idea hole to get going. I don't know. It's like I want to be there at game, but at this point, for how everything's going with my character and everything, I just feel like showing up for 2 hours, chit chatting with everybody, and then leaving.
Yeah. Sounds like
uh,
you need a new character.
I
I know.
probably probably just because the ideal version of Todd already exists somewhere.
In Beaverton, Oregon.
Yeah.
Who's the
Though.
fourth gen?
Yeah. Though if I did, I would fucking no, if I threw my head into the ring and I actually ran, then I would probably be running a good game for everybody to have fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just, doing it. I don't know. I'll contemplate about it more. Other
Fine.
than other than that, let's see. What how many campaigns do we have going on right now?
Yeah, there's mine. There's yours.
Yes.
There's Breeze.
Hold on, I got
Zombies.
yes.
Your vampire. That's 4. That's on. Well, then I've got 2 with Mike and Christine's. So that's 6 on my end. Sure, we can squeeze another one in there somewhere.
Let's see. Let's see. There's the vampire. We got D&D. We got another D&D. Let's see. If we really want to include it, we have Margaret's. Uh.
Um,
Ah.
mage,
Mage.
mage. I don't think so though. Well, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's because Margaret, needs to.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we should probably end one of these things. Well, actually, the vampire thing just can exist as long as it needs to. So it's just a fun little. Hey, we're not doing anything. Anybody want to play vampire? Cool. and, God, I still love the guild coins. They're so fun. I
I think I've earned enough guild coins to eat myself a Chad.
I think so. Are you gonna be like Chad? Who's Chad? That's right. Don't be like
Like
Chad.
always a Chad in the clan, and he's always first to go.
Oh my
Problem
god.
is, once Chad's gone, there will become another Chad. You
God,
just don't want to be at the bottom.
I think if I'm going to, so it's really funny. My buddy Levi actually was just like, "Hey man, I want to play a Vampire the Masquerade tabletop at some point," and I'm like, "You do? Well, luckily I have a world in Beaverton, Ohio, in Beaverton, fucking
The Oregon.
Oregon for you." And he's just like, "What the fuck? Why is it in Beaverton?" And I'm like, "Listen." Beaverton is one of the top 7 locations if vampires actually existed. They would want to go.
A nice retirement community for all them elders.
Why are there so many
So
elders
many
here?
elders. Well, why are you asking? I'm just wondering, man. Like,
Listen,
either a retirement community or there's a lot of messed up things that happen here, or
and then it's
both.
both. Definitely a right on the nose both scenario.
I love that one of the things that you were having us taken care of. I'm like, this seems like an elder problem. This seems way above our pay grade.
Yep.
It's like, no, go ahead and take care of it. I'm like, you want us to take care of like a hellspawn demon pit? I feel like this is more elder suited. Nah, go cut your teeth. It's like,
It's funny because in that exact scenario, because of the opposite thing that you guys actually went to go and do, there was actually 2 people who were going to go meet you there.
yeah,
and they were only going to have you guys make sure that mortals were not coming within reason of the pit. They were just going to use you as glorified security. I'm like, I got it all set out just in case they actually do want to go see the hell pit.
yeah. Like, nah, let's go deal with this like forgery ring and shit. Yeah, let's go deal with that. That seems like more us.
God,
Like,
that
all
was
right.
was so funny because it turns out that the guy at the bottom was doing it for good causes. The next guy up was also doing it for good causes, but then the guy at the top was a piece of shit. God, it was so great. I love that. I love those little dynamics of just like you always just want to yeah, you just want to surprise your players no matter what. Always keep them on their toes. Everybody's seen everything, so you gotta give them a little bit of extra everything.
Yeah, something that they aren't expecting at that moment. I'm like, this dude's just trying to make a life for himself, man. He's not actually that bad. I'm like, eh. I was like,
It's-
okay, cool. Well, we'll
yeah.
let him go. Yeah. Now that dude's a piece of work.
I like how the vampires in the territory just have a clockwork system of going to interfere with humanity just when things are getting either a little bit too uppity or a little bit too quiet. They have the cogs working in the machine just the way they want them here in Beaverton.
Like those new guys are about to mess that up. I think we better go stop them, or at
The
least
can
point them in the right
They're
direction.
going across the river. That's where the camera is. We should probably stop them.
Or at least let the prince know that they're coming.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of idiots are on their way across across the other side.
There's a Tremere with them. I don't know offhand. Just leave him alone. He's an anarch. Just leave him be.
They'll be fine. They'll be out of here in no time. I was promised some goods on the way in for any damage that they do. Ah, God. That's the thing that I enjoy about the new channel that all of this is going on is that it's tabletop. It's called Table Lords. We're gonna be able to talk about literally anything, whether it's D&D, vampire, a board game. Fuck it, could play Sorry one night and just be like an entire thing of Sorry.
There you go.
But my entire premise that I really enjoy about this is that if we ever do like a if you ever along for any of our online versions in which we'll stream it or whatever, or if we're doing a God, I can't think of the name. A Fury of Dracula night.
Oh, we need to get down and play some Fury of Dracula.
Yes. Fury of Dracula would be fantastic. I also just anything that is in ways like Fury of Dracula, Civ, just everything that looks like strategy, tabletop, everything in between. I just enjoyed that I can throw longer form nerd content into the background on this channel. All
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah. The next time we play Fury of Dracula, we got to record it.
Yes. But I think all that is it for it. Are you good, Jeff?
I'm fine with that. It's all
Perfect.
good.
All right. Then I wish everybody when they see this a happy time because it'll be yeah. This has been my wonderful buddy Jeff. Do you want to say goodbye to the people out there?
Bye, beautiful people.
And with that, we're done.